Hey guys, so today I want to talk about the Oracle Ascendancy. Now, last time we had one of these conversations, we talked about the Blood Mage, which was pretty much dominating the meta for the past 3 or so seasons. And we were wondering, is Blood Mage overpowered? Or is it just that other spellcasters need to be bumped up to the level of the Blood Mage? And if you guys didn't watch that, I'm going to link it like up here or something like that for you guys to go and watch it. But today we're talking about the Oracle Ascendancy because I think Oracle is another class that has been dominating the meta for this entire league and definitely is up for the discussion for whether or not it's too powerful. Now, of course, it doesn't have a history like Blood Mage does because obviously it's a new Ascendancy that just came out in this league, but it definitely does put itself up there because as you can see, it is the second most, actually this isn't the latest snapshot, this is the latest snapshot, but it is still the second most popular class in the meta right now for softcore trade in Fate of the Vol. Now, if you take a look at it, of course, it is using the patented Comet, the Comet playstyle. So very, very similar to Blood Mage, and is probably why these two classes are the most popular classes. And what I would say is, on top of just being a really powerful archetype for Comet, I think there is quite a bit in the Ascendancy itself that does make it a very powerful class for everything overall. I'd say that in many cases, people leading up to the league were like, Oracle is going to be one of the jack of all trades, kind of, you can really do anything on the class type of situation, and it kind of ended up being that way. But what makes the class so powerful are basically two things, and I think we'll have to jump into the Ascendancy to really look at that. Now, here is a quick heat map of the nodes taken for the Oracle. And the reason why I am pulling this up is because there is an area that is red on this tree, which pretty much doesn't really happen that often for other classes. And the areas that are red are on the Ascendancy tree, which are these two nodes right here: Forced Outcome for inevitable crits, and also Entwined Realities for the additional keystones, being able to allocate nodes around the keystone, and also give you, of course, the unseen paths, right? So these two are basically almost always taken by 96% and 96%, so the same, basically the same, of people who are playing the Oracle class. And it's no surprise because these two Ascendancy nodes are extremely powerful. So let's take a dive into the nodes themselves, with the first one being the inevitable crits node, Forced Outcome. It gives you inevitable crits. Now, what does inevitable crits do? Well, if we take a look at PoE 2DB, it basically makes it so that hits that could potentially be a critical hit, so the hit has to be able to crit, but don't roll a critical hit, will re-roll crit chance until they exceed. So basically meaning that if you're able to crit on an attack, you will always crit because it'll keep re-rolling that crit until it hits. But the downside is that the hits will have 30% less critical damage bonus for each time the critical hit chance was re-rolled. So basically, even though you're always critting, every single time you're re-rolling that critical hit, right? If it doesn't hit the first time, it's going to re-roll until it hits. So every time it re-rolls it, it's going to do 30% less critical damage bonus as a result. Now, this is a really powerful ability because there are a lot of synergies that have to do with crits, especially on the tree. But not only that, it is also really beneficial for, of course, cast on crit. Because if you're trying to run a cast on crit build, the more often that you crit, the more times you're proccing cast on crit, which is why this is such a powerful tool for anybody playing Oracle. Now, of course, this is, I would say, probably the main reason why people play Oracle. But on top of that, you get the unseen paths, which allows you to take a lot of these nodes on the tree right here, right? If you take that, you can see that all the nodes that are highlighted in red, those are special nodes that you can only take and see if you have this node right here, unseen paths. And then, of course, Entwined Realities allows you to take nodes on the tree just by taking the keystone passive near them. And now you're able to allocate nodes outside of being connected to them. So that's extremely powerful. Those are the other reasons why I'd say Oracle is such a strong class, especially because of where it is on the tree. up here, even though we are running inevitable crits to make it so that we crit as much as possible, we don't want to have zero critical hit chance, right? Because if we are rolling with a low critical hit chance, it means that we're re-rolling that crit really often and we're doing not enough damage. So at the end of the day, you still do want to build that critical hit chance, which you do get a good bit from the unseen paths tree, the unseen paths node, which, for example, like this right here, calculated hunter, this is a really good critical node. It gives you 50% increased critical chance, and of course, leading up to it, you also get a bunch of critical damage. You can see that is, as I scroll this to the side, you'll see what nodes most people are taking, which you can see right here. 52% of the people playing Oracle are taking this node. So it is extremely powerful. And Oracle enables that node because you can't even get it without being the Oracle class. So it's extremely powerful for the Oracle Ascendancy. But of course, this last node right here, the lesser harm, is also really good for defensives. A lot of times, the crits that the enemies do are what end up killing most characters because you get one shot out of nowhere. And if the enemy's crits are unlucky, that means that you are going to be getting crit less often than somebody who's not running this, which means your survivability does go up. Now, this isn't like making Oracle like the tankiest class out there, right? It's not like crazy, but it is another thing that does contribute to the Oracle being so good. But the nodes in the middle are pretty much almost never taken. So you could even say potentially the nodes in the middle might be a little bit underpowered, whereas maybe the nodes on the sides are overpowered, or it might be the opposite case where the nodes in the middle are just so weak that nobody takes them because you basically can't run it. So that's why people are forced to take the nodes on the outside. It just depends on your perspective on what you think are the powerful parts of the Oracle class. But I think it is definitely indisputable that this is the node that makes Oracle so strong and why people play it so much. So with that, I want to turn the question over to you guys. Do you guys think that Oracle needs a nerf? Or do you think that Oracle is just in the right situation for it to be powerful and other metas it won't be? But I guess maybe even the more important question is, do you think GGG is going to be nerfing Oracle in the upcoming patch in 0.5? Let me know down in the comment section below. And as per usual, if you enjoyed videos like this, please, the best way to support the channel is by hitting the sub button. It is completely free and lets me know that you enjoy this type of content. I also stream every single night on twitch.tv/MeSuckShrew, so I would also love to see you guys there. But if not, hopefully I see y'all on the next video. All right, guys. Peace.